Hey, what's up, everybody? I thought I'd make a video. I've mentioned before, got some info for my subscribers at the end of this video, but for anyone else interested in general, I'm going to be making a video today about PlayStation 2 Slim systems, and I'm having problems with mine and the trays, the tray door right here, and it locking in place and reading my discs. So I will talk about it now. First off, I'll go over this system here. I have a white limited edition PlayStation 2 here, which it has problems with the lid, but I can't pinpoint what the problem is exactly because it's not like this other one, which I'll talk about here soon. But I mean, you can see the lid is tight, the lid is secure, so it'll come. Another problem that this thing has is that this button. Oh, yep. That's what happens when you're filming on a freaking iPad. Let me lock this in place here. Hold on. Let me lock this in place using something. I'm afraid I'm going to damage my monitor by doing this. So, as you can see, there's nothing blocking it from going in, and it gives you a nice good click, and there's not very much resistance there, so I have no clue why this one has problems with Gran Turismo 4 as well, so then that's more of the laser problem. But there is a lid problem, and I know how the lid works. I know there's a little spot where it has to click down for it to actually read your games, which I'd like to know. I'm not sure exactly which hole it is. I know that there's these 3 holes right there on the bottom. I believe it's this one to the farthest right of the thing. But I believe that is the one that has to lock in place to read your games. If there's an improv, like if I could put like tape or something, or like just put something into it and then tape that down, to the point where I can still close the lid but not have to worry about it actually popping back up, which is what I'll show you next. That'd be nice. I have this system here, which actually does not have any problems with the tray, but it releases weekly, so I'm sure that that's not gonna be good. But yeah, it releases, like the release is not as strong as it should be. So I feel like it's going to get stuck after a while, which I'm sure that could be fixed by like just lubricating that piece, or those pieces that bring it up. But this is the system I'm having the most problems with here. It's one of, I'm not sure, the model on this one is a SCPH 7001, or it's 7001, not 7000. And the problem with the tray on this one, I just noticed that they added they removed a fan on the back of that on later models. But I'll check this one too. Yeah, that's interesting. Sorry about that little deviation I took. But the problem with the lid on this is there's a lot of, there's a lot of resistance there. It's just, I'm not sure if I could tighten the lid. It's hard to show on video. I'm not sure if I can tighten that lid. Yes, I believe that this is the one right here. I'm not sure if there's a way to tighten the lid. The problem is that this one is too loose, that one might be too tight. But what I have to do to get it to read successfully, and I will give you an example here. What I do is I set the system down, of course where I have it plugged in and everything on my entertainment system, or center. I will take, this is just a PC game, but I'll take the actual case of the game, hopefully it has a heavier manual in it, and I'll set it on the top of the tray so it doesn't pop back up. In any sort of, it only has to be a little bit and it'll stop reading. So I was playing Burnout 3, which I don't own the full game, it's just the Jam Pack Volume 11 demo disc, but when you turn the corner, it must have popped up, because the second I turned that corner, there was nothing. It was just it was just an abyss. And the second I drove past the point where the road ended and the abyss started, game just froze. So the disc that popped up and it stopped loading the game. Because I know I've actually played Battlefront 2 before on this, where you can, in Space Combat, you can take the actual disc out of the system and you can still play until it requires something new, and then it'll crash. Like until someone starts talking, then it will immediately crash or freeze. But yeah. I think that's the problem. I'm not sure if I should just keep on doing that, or if there's a way to secure it, because it is getting annoying to do that. But I just need a way to secure that lid more. I'm not sure. I have not opened this up to see about this, but I believe that there should be a way to just tighten that lid so it's not as loose. But you can even see right there, whenever you have it in between that point, it is like super loose. So it just needs tightened. Frankly, I'm not sure. It should be an easy fix, but I'll have to try and mess with it here. Another thing I noted is that the warranty seal, the thing under that looks like a tab, like one of those tabs for a cassette tape or a VHS tape where you tear that off to stop the recording. I'm not sure if that's actually something you can just, if it's a rubber foot to peel off or not, but all my systems still have their warranty stickers on them, so I'm sure it's just a rubber tab, but I'm going to try to look it up online and take apart my system to try and fix that, because it's annoying whenever you're playing. Another interesting thing, and this is a big one I've had to deal with, is playing Gran Turismo 3. I'll try to select my track, and like the controller will stop working. I have to press back down on the lid to get it to be, so I can scroll through the track listing again. And sometimes in games, if it's not a heavier case, it will have problems in menus. Like it'll just kind of be like it'll just be stuttery. It'll work. You don't have to mess with it. It'll work. It'll just be slow, and it'll be stuttery, and it'll be laggy. Like you have to hit a couple times to get it to go down. So there's obviously something wrong with that. The laser seems to be fine because it reads all my games and it reads CDs and everything. So the laser's fine, but the lid is messed up. I mean, I'm sure there's an easy fix for it, but I would just like to know a bit more about that if anyone else has had similar issues with their PlayStation 2. I wonder, trying out a fat one, because I've had problems with all my slim systems, but all of them have been the tray. All of them have been the tray. Besides, this one does not read certain discs just because of its age and constant use. But yeah, and of course the laser on that one is probably weakened by the fact that it can't play Gran Turismo 4. That black one's a lot heavier than the other ones, but yeah, so that's just a quick video I thought I'd make talking about this issue. If anyone has any info on it, I'd love to know a bit more about the problem, because it's annoying, trust me. And of course, some of my games, they don't have cases, so I have to grab one off of the shelf just to put it on there, which I'd just rather not do that. I mean, it's a simple fix, but of course sometimes it will come back up, and it'll freeze my game, and I'd rather it not corrupt any of my data or anything like that if it were in the middle of a save, because of course with PlayStation 2 systems that's a problem. Also, real quick, I would like to point out for PlayStation 2, do not, at least avoid third-party memory cards like a Blig, because I mean, here's this one, it's max memory right there, 16 megabyte card. The way that they design these, they get real weak easily, and I mean, either you're gonna have this corner part is gonna peel up and it's not gonna go in all the way, and it's gonna be loose connection, or the connection just gets loose over time. I mean, this one I have to really lock it in place. It'll just come out on its own sometimes, to the point where it won't read it. Like I was talking about Gran Turismo 3 not being able to read my card. That was the problem. That was the problem with it. I'm going to buy a Sony card and transfer the data to it. I would recommend Sony cards only. 8 megabyte, or even, I'm not sure if Sony made higher than that, because I know all the games say 8 megabyte. So I'm sure they did make higher at some point later in the system's life, but do not use these ones. They're not very good. Also, you're probably more likely to have your data die, or have your data corrupted. I've had corrupt data with these. So. Yep, and of course, it's easy to transfer. You don't need to buy anything special. You can do it straight from the PlayStation 2 system interface. You can just copy the files to another memory card. It's not hard to do. So, yep. And that's just some advice for PlayStation 2 memory cards. You probably already know this, and if you can, try to buy like the cards that are shaped like that, but they're third party. I'd still avoid them for the reasons of data corruption and just poorly made plastic, which of course could lead to loosening and cracked plastic and damage. So, yep. That'll be it for this video. I just thought I'd talk about some PlayStation 2 stuff. I love the system. I love it very much, but I've had problems with my lids and memory cards. So. Which I'm assuming is why I had problems with ESPN 2K4 rosters back in the day. So, yep, catch you guys later.